I'm going to stay with the Georgia race and bring in David Webb. He joins me now. David, look, I think Walker needs Brian Kemp more than he needs Donald Trump. All right, what do you say to that?
I think he needs all of it, and here's why. I look at it from a strategy point, Stu. There are so many people that have, if you want to call it, segments of the Georgia vote. The goal here is to win, because if you don't win, you don't make policy, you don't guarantee that majority, or maybe +1, depending on how Nevada plays out. So Donald Trump has a base, Kemp has a base, heck, even McConnell, other players, Ted Cruz, you just talked about, he's there. This needs to be an all-of-the-above approach rather than divisiveness in Georgia, because in the end, the Democrats' strategy is to make this Trump versus everyone else. It was effective to some races in the election that just played out for them to push Trump-backed candidates and candidates who lost. So while we're having an argument, Democrats are working towards a win. We need to organize and go forward, each person bringing their groups together. Look, go to Georgia together. My 80% friend is not my 20% enemy. Ronald Reagan, go with that approach. That's how you win Georgia.
Trump's not going to do that, David, but listen to this. Virginia's Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears says it's time to move on from Trump. Watch this, please. Roll it.
A true leader understands that it's time to step off the stage, and the voters have given us that very clear message. I could not support him. We have a clear mission, and it is time to move on.
David, I guess you don't think it's time to move on from Trump.
Well, I don't think it's my decision. Look, this is about looking
what do you
at
want
the
him to
system
do?
for what it is.
What do you want him to do?
I want, well, you know what I do want President Trump to do is, one, stop dividing by attacking DeSantis.
Yes.
I think it's unproductive from a political strategy.
Thank you.
But here's what we need to do. And it goes back to what I just said. My 80% friend is not my 20% enemy. We need to organize and work together. In the primaries, Stu, and you've known me a long time, I don't play the presidential pick a winner, pick a horse game, because that's what the voters do in the primaries. They decided for Trump when he first ran. They may or may not decide for him again. But it's unhelpful to have infighting while the Democrats are organizing. Let me give you an example. Oprah basically called Oz her son, but went to Pennsylvania and stumped for Fetterman. Democrats aligned themselves to go for that rule and go for that win. And whether it's Trump or any other person, political figure, someone who has a base in Georgia to speak to, that has to be the combined effort, or Walker will more likely lose than win.
I cannot see Donald Trump shaking hands with Brian Kemp, making happy, and all supporting Herschel together.
You don't have to make happy.
Not going to, and I'm out of time.
You know what? You don't have to make happy. Here's what I would say.
They won't go down together.
The art of the deal.
You know perfectly well, David, that Donald Trump doesn't do anything like that. Ever. He never does. Never. Ever.
The art of the deal, Stu. Let's put it back on him to follow the art of the deal. Get the deal done.
Okay, I'm going to go. David, good stuff. Thanks very much. We'll agree to disagree, and we'll see you later. Gotcha.